comic book names. The Devil's Disciples, Satan's Choice. Forges deals with these gangs. Biker Normand Brisebois starts his criminal career helping the Mafia smuggle cocaine.
One of my uncle was in jail. He came out of jail, and he asked me if I want to make money.
By the time he turns 18, their organization and their conduct is something the city's biker fraternity has never previously seen. Where other gangs are unruly, the Angels are more disciplined.
There's a definite path to be followed in order to gain membership. People have to start at the bottom of the ladder and work their way up.
The Hells Angels are grouped into local cells or chapters, each one free to do its own deals and defend its own turf. The first Canadian Hells Angel chapter is established in Montreal in 1977. The Angels have a strict hierarchy and live by a brutally enforced code of conduct. In that respect, they have something in common with the Mafia traditionalist Rizzuto. As an officer with the Sûreté, the Quebec Provincial Police Force, Guy Ouellette quickly discovers that bikers operate according to a strict chain of command.
In the Hells Angels chapter, you have the member, prospect, a hang-around, and a friend. The top level of the structure is the member. He had the right of life and death over you, over everybody downhill.
The club assigns each biker a rank. Members are called full patch angels. Junior members are called prospects. Below them are hang-arounds and friends. To achieve full patch status can take years. Like the Mafia, the Angels look for particular qualities. Only violent career criminals need apply.
Normally, you will have a criminal record. They need a good killer, they need a good guy in grow operation and a leading stripper agency, escort agency. They will recruit you.
What really sets the Angels apart from other Canadian biker gangs is their ambition. They approach smaller gangs and invite them to join the club. It's called patching over. Gangs must surrender their colors at elaborate ceremonies and become junior units of Angels. Resistance is futile. In the 1980s, by such methods, the Montreal chapter quickly expands to the neighboring towns and cities of Sherbrooke, Trois-Rivières, Quebec City, and Laval. Mafia boss Nick Rizzuto begins to realize he's facing a crime group as powerful as his own.
Mafia, when they were faced with the emergence of the biker group, they realized quickly that they didn't have the manpower to control everything, everywhere in the province or in Canada.
At first, the mob cautiously welcomes the Hells Angels. Working with the smaller biker gangs has sometimes proved difficult.
These guys could, snap. And the Italians didn't like that. The Italian likes to know what's going on at all times. He likes to know that, okay, if we do A and B today, well, A and B is going to happen. But with the bikers, you never knew which one's going to show up stoned, which one's going to come in drunk.
Rizzuto calls a meeting with the Angels. He hopes they will introduce a more disciplined approach to the Montreal drug trade. In what looks like a scene from a movie, Hells Angels and mobsters make a deal. The Mafia agrees that in certain parts of Montreal, it will supply cocaine only to the Hells Angels. The two sides find, perhaps to their mutual surprise, they can do business with each other.
It's a quest of power and richness. Power and money will lead you doing violent crime. This is the common goal between the two organizations.
Yet the relationship between the two organized crime groups remains edgy. As the 1990s dawn, a new leader takes over the Montreal Hells Angels, one who will challenge the Mafia's criminal supremacy. A former shoplifter, street fighter, and petty thief, Maurice Mom Boucher spends his childhood in one of Montreal's toughest neighborhoods.
I remember as a young police officer chasing Mum for things like breaking and entering. One of his specialties at the time was shoplifting, but he graduated very fast.
By the age of 21, he's sharing a cell with biker Normand Brisebois on a murder rap, one of many that he manages to beat.
Very, very smart. Very smart. I did some jail with him in 1978, 1979. One of his first murder that they tried to put on him, they never was able to charge him with that murder. That's when he started his criminal thing.
Boucher gets the nickname Mom because of his tendency to fuss and nag over every detail of a scam. To all who know him, Boucher is an incredible personality. On one hand, a suit-clad visionary leader. On the other, a bandana-wearing psychotic killer. It's this combination which makes him so formidable and so elusive to the authorities.
He had a good public relation. Like, he likes to be on the camera, he likes to be part of the show, he likes to show people that he can do whatever he wants. He knew where he was going, he knew what he has to do, and that's why he became so strong.
After gaining his full patch in 1987, Boucher schemes and bullies his way up the ranks of the Angels to become Montreal club president. But for him, it's not quite enough. Taking the toughest of the Quebec Hells Angels, Boucher forms a personal chapter called the Nomads. His aim? To monopolize the entire drug distribution business in the Montreal area.
He surrounded himself with some real tough guys. He decided that he would be called a nomad. So the nomads meant they could go anywhere into anybody else's territory, sell drugs and this and that, and nobody could complain because they were afraid of him.
Under Boucher's direction, the Hells Angels Nomads start to force smaller drug dealers to buy cocaine only from them. And the kind of offer they make is the kind you can't refuse.
The distributor has to buy it from the Hell, or to get your legs cut off, okay? So he buys it from the Hells Angels.
Montreal Mafia leader Vito Rizzuto grows suspicious of the Nomads' activities. If Boucher achieves a distribution monopoly, he can set the price for cocaine, or look elsewhere for a cheaper supplier. But for now, the profits are rolling in.
The fact that Vito Rizzuto and his leaders of the Mafia decided to make the best possible of what they have with the Hells Angels. By working with them, they were able to make more profits. And it was a question of, they decided to avoid problems and to work together because they had no other choice.
Yet not everyone is prepared to knuckle under. One gang defies Boucher and his nomad henchmen. Rival Montreal biker gang, the Rock Machine, decides to defend its own territory and fight back. In 1994, Boucher declares war.
The war, in my opinion, started when Mum, he has a problem with his ego, decided that he wanted everything. He didn't want a piece, he wanted everything.
The ensuing battle is a world away from the Mafia style of killing. Instead of discreet hits, the bikers kill extravagantly and publicly. They kill by ambush, inviting multiple targets to parties and gunning them down. They kill by bombing homes and cars. The Rock Machine is outnumbered and outgunned. The gang forms a dedicated band of hitmen called the Dark Circle. Its purpose? To kill Hells Angels. Perhaps indiscriminate bloodletting will force Boucher to back off.
You kill one of mine, I kill one of yours, and that's the message that are sent back and forth.
Based on the rank of their victims, Dark Circle assassins are paid a bounty. Biker Normand Brisebois becomes one of them.
There was a price. A small patch was 20,000, full patch was 40,000.
But the Dark Circle strategy doesn't work. Mushy doesn't back down.